So today I'm going to be making for you my version of chicken piccata. It's so simple, and again, like our other recipes, packed full of flavor. We have some gorgeous fresh lemons from Siracusa and some yummy fresh capers. So let's get started and we'll show you how we do it. So to start off, we're going to take some flour, a little black pepper, granulated garlic, and a little salt. Just top that off a little bit more flour, and we'll mix that all together. So now that we have our flour mixture all set here, we're going to start with our chicken, and we're just going to simply toss them in the flour here, get them nicely coated in our flour mixture. If you want more of a heavy duty coating, you could either egg them or milk them, but I just like a light coating on the chicken for this. So that's perfect. See how it's just lightly coated? Get all that excess off of there. Excellent. So let's continue to do that with the rest of our chicken. We're really fortunate here because we're able to get fresh chicken from the market that's already filleted just like this, so we don't have to worry about filleting it. But for you at home, you can either get a chicken breast and either butterfly it and pound it out or slice it thinly, whatever you prefer. All right, so we have our last chicken breast done here. Perfection. Again, get all of that excess off and we'll have that right here. All right, so now we're gonna start with making our piccata sauce. All right, so now we're gonna be putting in our olive oil. We're gonna be using about 2 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Just enough to coat the bottom. Probably we'll start with 2, and as we get going, we'll be adding a little bit more because we're gonna be browning the chicken in here. And we're gonna be adding, to start with, 2 tablespoons of butter right in there, and we'll let this melt. All right, so we're down to our last pieces. As your meat is cooking, you'll notice that the olive oil and butter will start to reduce, so you'll want to sporadically add some more in there, just adding a little bit at a time, just to keep a nice amount at the bottom here so it doesn't stick. If you want to get that nice golden brown and the sizzle. That's beautiful. All right, so we're gonna let these finish, and while that's going on, I'm gonna start juicing my lemons. So we just took the chicken out of the pan, so now we're just gonna add a little bit more olive oil in here, just a tiny bit, because now we're gonna be sauteing our garlic. So I'm gonna put that right in there. I just sliced it this time today, but you could dice it, whatever, mince it, whatever you would like. And we're just gonna put that in. I'm gonna let that just soften for a minute. And while that's going on, I'm gonna zest my lemon. I like to do that right in the pan because it just infuses it so beautifully, and you get all those oils right in there. Smells so good. So this is perfect. We want it to kind of toast the garlic a little bit and also get that lemon zest nicely toasted, because that's what will really infuse our piccata. Perfect. All right, so now that that's been sauteing for a couple of minutes here and just softening, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our lemon juice. Kind of deglaze the pan a little bit with that beautiful lemon juice. Fresh lemons. Oh, that smells so good. And now we're going to be adding in our chicken broth or stock here. And our capers, star ingredient. Okay. And of course, we have to add some wine. No recipe here is complete without some wine. Yum. I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh ground pepper. And I'm gonna do a tiny bit of salt. You don't need much because of the capers, but our stock here is not salted. So in the States, you probably would not need to have salt. You could eliminate that. Okay. So I'm gonna let this cook for just a minute or so, and then I'm gonna be adding our chicken back to our pan. I like to add a little bit of kick. You do not have to do this, but I'm adding a little bit of hot pepper. Just a little. Yum. And now I'm gonna be adding 2 tablespoons of butter. So we already had the 2 in there that we cooked our chicken with, and now we're gonna be adding these 2. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let that melt, and then we're gonna be adding our chicken right in here. Let that melt in here. Oh, that smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this at home. Yum. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incorporate our beautiful chicken that we just seared in this pan. And it's gonna finish cooking in our sauce here. It's that simple. Then what we're gonna do after a few minutes of this simmering and reducing is we're gonna make a little slurry and let this thicken up, and it'll be perfect. Get them all submersed in there. All right, so now I'm gonna turn down the heat to a medium-low and let this finish cooking. So while the chicken is simmering, I'm gonna make our roux here. I'm gonna take some cornstarch. We're gonna put that right in there. And I like to use a little bit of wine, or you could also use lemon juice if you prefer. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna mix this. Get it nice and smooth. Perfect. See how that's just nice and smooth in there? Excellent. And that's gonna be what we're gonna pour in a few minutes just to thicken our sauce. All right, so now this has been cooking. What I'm gonna do is you wanna make sure you have a nice boil there in the middle. You're just gonna slowly pour in your roux. Continue to stir while you're doing so. And you'll notice it's gonna instantly thicken your sauce. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So keep working this, and then you're gonna incorporate. The reason you wanna keep it moving is you don't want any lumps in there. It's perfect. Look at that, it's a nice thick sauce. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this finish cooking for just a couple minutes, and then it will be done. This is beautiful over pasta or with broccoli, whatever you prefer. So you can see the sauce is thickened beautifully. Depending, you can really use your judgment here with what you prefer. You can have it as thick or as thin as you'd like. This is the perfect consistency for me. But if you want it thicker, you can absolutely do that. Look at that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shut this off, and it's ready to eat. So we just finished making the piccata, and it smells and looks so good. Oh my word, I really wish you guys could smell this. But let's try it and make sure it just tastes as good as it smells. I think it's going to. Let's see. So good. The lemon. Oh, it's just a perfect balance with the lemon, the white wine, the capers. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. So I hope you guys try this at home and enjoy it as much as we do. It's so good. I'll post the recipe for you down below, so you'll be able to try this for yourself. And also below that, you'll notice a link to our Patreon sponsorship. We just want to say thank you in advance for that as well. And I hope you enjoy this. Ciao for now. Ciao, ciao.